that? What about the 75? Are you guys cool with that?
75, let's go!
Is that cool with you guys?
Oh, that's cool, dude. You're so cool.
Wembanyama for the Spurs, the 75 on the white disco. Is that okay?
Oh, Victor!
I think it was $9.
$9. $9, Victor.
I really couldn't imagine.
I can't either. I can't imagine if I had a Victor Wembanyama number to 75. To me, this thing ain't over. And I spent thousands of dollars on Whatnot. So what the f do we do? Just like the one video I don't want to do, but we got to talk about it. Maybe for this video, I need to turn this hat backwards. Turn the hat backwards, right? You guys see right here? Been dealing with the situation for, I don't know, I guess over a week now with Whatnot and a breaker. And I've tried really hard, guys. Tried really hard to be patient through this process, not come off the handle, try to let them do the right thing. And there's a lot of things that we're going to talk about in this video. Things I don't want to talk about, but it's necessary, in my opinion, at least, to kind of tell you guys what's been going on at this thing. So, been card collecting for a few years now. It's supposed to be enjoyable. To a lot of degree it is, you know, but you spend a lot of money, right? You spend a lot of money on cards, breaks, different things like that. And you definitely expect to get the cards that you pay for and bought, right? And you hear stories, right? We all hear stories of stuff, something that might have happened. And you think like, at least, you know, you think, that won't happen to me. Like, you know, you gotta, you know, those are probably like few and far in between where like something like shady happened. And now I'm dealing with a situation with Whatnot and this breaker where I was on the bad end of the stick. So there has been a lot of good things about Whatnot. You know, you can buy into a break. You usually don't have to wait very long. It gets filled. A lot of it's random breaks, which usually isn't my favorite because I like to, you know, purchase like the teams that I want. But a lot of it's random breaks, so not a huge fan of that. You know, card collecting has been something good for me and my kids to get into. And for me, you know, card collecting has been like an avenue to kind of calm me and, you know, has had a lot of positives. But this one situation has got me heated to the galore. And I'm going to tell you guys about the whole situation. And then, you know, try to see what you guys think I should do moving forward. Because to me, this thing ain't over. You know, like I said, buy a lot of breaks on Whatnot, right? This one breaker had a break, and I buy into it. I think it was 3 different teams I bought into. One of the teams that I got was the San Antonio Spurs. So I get the San Antonio Spurs as a basketball break. You know, usually I get the basketball. If I get like a basketball card or basketball breaks, I give it to my son. All right, so here's the break. 3 different teams, but you can see it's the San Antonio Spurs, Detroit Pistons, and it says San Antonio Spurs again. I don't know, like they went in and like after the fact and like messed up the order. It wasn't the Spurs. It was like 3 or 4 different teams. I'll show you the packages that I received. And I'm not going to reveal the breaker's name in this video, but like I said, this thing ain't over. So I'm still giving them the option to make this right, you know, by what it should be, not what they think making it right is. But there you can see the order through Whatnot. Next slide. So then you can see when it was purchased, September 1st. You can see all the different teams, right? $20, $9. You know, this is what their shipping costs. $19, $32. So what is that? Like $80? Not a huge lot of money, but like it's also not a little amount of money. I've spent a ton of money on Whatnot. Like, I mean, it's not like hundreds, dude. It's thousands. I spent literally thousands of my hard-earned money buying breaks on Whatnot, right? You buy a card, you get the card you buy, right? Here it is, 6-box break. 1 select H2 hobby box, NBA. All this is NBA. 5 optic blasters of random teams, okay? I get the Spurs. I'm excited, right? You get the Spurs, you're like, all right, man, finally gonna get a team. Maybe I'll get a big card. So then the break's going down. I'm gonna let you listen to it, and then I'll show you what I got. I'm not gonna show you the video just yet, guys. That's probably gonna be in another video because it has the breaker's name in it. But right now, I'm still gonna give them one last chance to make this right. Okay. All right, listen to this. You're gonna hear the break live of what I hit, and then I'm gonna show you.
What about the 75? Are you guys cool with that? Are you guys cool with the 75? Is that cool with you guys? What if it's Victor Wembanyama for the Spurs, the 75 on the white disco? Is that okay with you guys? $9, I think the Spurs went for. I think it was $9. I couldn't imagine. I literally couldn't imagine.
Listen, he says, my name, so you know I'm not lying.
Spurs, going hardcore, what a hit.
So you're excited, right? And let's get something straight. First of all, it's none of your business what I paid for the break. I don't care if the break was $9, $10, $2, $200, dude. You have a breaker, $9, I can imagine, dude. It's none of your business how much I paid for that break or any other break. That's my money. So let's get that straight right now. All right, so I hit this Wemby card. I'm excited, right? Number to 75. Now let's look at how clean this Wemby card is. Look at the white border. Now you could, dude, I know there's a lot of Wemby cards that are expensive. This is one of the best looking Wemby cards. Obviously, it's not a rookie because it's a second year, but look at the white border with the white jersey. Like if you just Google or search up all the Wemby cards, this literally is like one of the best ones there. And also, guys, we got to keep something in mind, right? The transition from Panini owning the license for the NBA is ending in like what, less than 4 weeks, right? This is it, man. Like all the freaking, like with Panini, all the cards that are going to be licensed for the NBA, it's done. All the cards you're going to get from Panini, like here, like in the next month or something, are going to be non-licensed NBA cards, right? So it's not going to say Spurs on it. This is like the last hurrah. This might be the last Panini licensed cards with the NBA logos on them. Okay. So this is not a minimal card to me. I hit it. I'm like I hit a card. I think like, hey, what might that be worth? Right. You know what I mean? To me, that should be like a $400 or $500 card. I'll get it graded. I'm probably not going to sell it. In that video, he never showed what the number was on the back. He never showed what the serial number was on the back of the card. Okay. Most breakers, they do. For some reason, he didn't. You know, is that a huge knock? I don't know. But it's definitely questionable because most breakers are showing you what it's numbered out of, you know? Maybe not all, but still a little bit questionable there. Let's move on to the next one. Package comes in the mail. Yeah, man, I'm excited, dude. This package right here. Let's see what we got. Pistons. 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 Spurs, Wemby. Spurs. Pistons. Pistons. You notice anything missing out of my package? Anybody know what's missing out of my package? How about my Wemby card numbered to 75? My Wemby card numbered to 75 did not come. So that happens. I reach out to the breaker, okay? I'm heated, you know? My mind is instantly going to worst case scenario, right? Okay, so where's my Wemby number card, right? I bought other breaks from them after this point. You know, I was like, I think it was one or two football breaks and then one more basketball break. My number Wemby card is not in the package. I'm hot. I'm like way livid, but I'm gonna try to be cordial, right? I'm gonna try to give the benefit of the doubt that like, hey, they'll make it right. I reach out to them, tell them what happened. Oh, I'm sorry. You know, some of this I'm not going to show you. I'll show you some of the conversation. I'll show you the conversation at a certain point in time, which is like we've kind of hit the point of no return in negotiations at this point. Reach out to them, you know, oh, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. We'll make it right. We'll find it. We have 20 cameras. This is what they tell me. We have 20 cameras in our shipping department. We will make sure we find your card for you. We're going to make sure we get this straight. Oh, and if we can't find the card, we'll definitely make it right, you know, which is to me, well, what's right, right? What's right in your mind or what's right for me? You know, to me, like it's my card. I can sell the card for whatever I want. So I value it at something. They value it at something, you know, and that's my instant reaction. Are they going to try to give me some $100 credit? Like, right? They're like, we'll give you $100 credit for our breaks or something, dude. Like I knew it was going to happen right off the bat, but I told my back, like, all right, you know, the guy even called me, like the manager guy. He calls me and he's like, you know, he gives me his word. He's like, you have my word. I'm going to make this right for you. Okay. So then he tells me the next day that he spends 3 hours looking at the camera footage and he can't find anything. 3 hours. Took him 3 hours of camera footage. Keep in mind, at this point, I had taken screenshots of everything. I had video recorded the entire break. I have a short, like the short part of the break, okay? And I took that and I even timestamped it and I made it idiot proof for these dudes, man. I literally made this idiot proof where all you have to do is look at the timestamp. You can see that I hit the card, you know, Like I'm literally doing everything for him. Why did it take him 3 hours to look through the, I guess they're shipping video cameras. They have 20. I don't know. But I had to reach out to him to figure out that he spent 3 hours and didn't get nowhere with it. And then he said he was going to do some more investigating. He tells me at this point, well, let's wait until you get your other packages from the brakes you bought. Maybe the Wemby card is in one of those. But that's not this brake, guys. That's not this tracking number. There's no reason in anybody, like, there's no way you'd be like, oh, I'm going to take this My House Wemby card and I'm going to stick it in a football brake. That's completely separate than this order and this brake number, dude. Nobody would do that. I did shipping and receiving for 4 years. I know how this game works. Maybe not in cards. You know, cards is kitty, dude. I was doing multi-million-dollar shit, guys. Multi-million-dollars. Doing over $1 million in sales a month. So, like, I know how shipping and receiving works. I know how tracking works. So this guy tells me he's going to make it right, and he's going to look at this other camera footage. Now, 2 and 3 days roll by. My son's got a football game, got all this stuff to do with family. Plus, I got a card show coming up, which was yesterday. We'll talk about that in another video. But, like, I'm preparing for all this stuff, dude. And, like, I didn't have time to, like, hold their hand. And I'm trusting that this dude, I talked to him on the phone, that he gave me his word that he's going to make it right. So then at this point, you know, I'm a little frustrated. And my timeline, like, it's wearing thin, bro. I'm giving you guys the opportunity to make this straight. So I messaged them, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? You know? And now there's another issue. There's another issue. Because there's a second basketball break that I had. Now there's 2 issues. Keep this in mind. Now there's 2 issues. There's another basketball break I had bought. So this one I bought on the 1st, September 1st. There's another basketball break I bought from them on September 3rd. Well, the basketball break, the second one I bought on September 3rd, has been at USPS, but it's really not even at USPS. It's just that the company generated the shipping label. They're trying to tell me, oh, it's at USPS. No, it's not. Because the last, I can show you, but it's the last information for the second break. It was last tracked on September 5th. So I buy the second break on the 3rd. On the 5th, okay, that was the last information for any update on that second break. So now I'm missing the Wemby card from that first break. And now I'm missing a completely, entirely different break. And the USPS tracking information is just at a standstill since the 5th. And they're trying to say now at this point, because now there's 2 issues. Now there's 2 issues that you know, it's on USPS and whatever. No, dude, it's on you guys. All you guys did was generate the shipping label, and that's why it doesn't show moved. So they have a second package they miraculously lost, right? You know, because what he was trying to say is, oh, maybe the Wemby card is in that other basketball break. Okay, you know, I did get the Spurs in that one. I was like, maybe that's a possibility, but the package hasn't moved since the 5th. Like, it's the 15th. That's 10 days, guys. The other package hasn't moved in 10 days. So now we're in a predicament, right? So I reach out to them like, dude, you said you were going to look at the camera footage. What's going on with it? And what's going on with my other package, bro? You know, he can't give me no information. That every time, like, the only time they message back is when I threatened to reach out and whatnot. I had to be like, hey, I'm going to reach out to whatnot. That's it. That's when you know people are no integrity. All right, so there's the package. Now let's get into the messages, okay? This is where it starts getting spicy. Because this is where I'm like, hey, guys. Where's my fucking, you know? I've been cool to this point. I messaged him. I was like, dude, I'm going to contact whatnot, dude. I've reached my point of being patient with you guys. Up until this point, I've been cordial, dude. I've been cool. I've been like, you know, keep my shit in check. Now, my patience is wearing thin. So I'll read it to you guys. So this is from one of the owners, okay? I blacked out their shit for obvious reasons, but that shit's going to change real quick. Hello, I'm blank, and I'm one of the owners of the Breaking Company. Let me start first by saying I apologize for the issues that you have had with my company. Second, I understand fully your need to involve whatnot at this point, and I don't blame you. Now, onto a more important part of this message, that is resolving your issue. Unfortunately, it looks like one of our team members accidentally shipped your card to another customer, and they have not responded to us. So we have several options. It says opinions, but should be options. 1, we can try to win you the same card and drop ship it to you. 2, we can get comps on the card and pay you full comp amount. This is what whatnot will do. Or 3, you let me know that would make you happy, and I'll try my hardest to accommodate you. Thanks again for your support. So this is one of the owners, And now he's getting involved because I threatened whatnot. So obviously someone from their breaking company messaged him. And then right after this, guys, guess what happens? Now I get a phone call from the guy that wouldn't contact me for like 4 days. Nevertheless, like days have passed it by this point, dude. And I had to threaten whatnot for them to get back a hold of me, okay? He said, would you be happy with a select H2 hobby box? It's worth about 4 to 5x what your Victor White is worth. Let me know either way. You are the customer. I just want to make this right the best of my abilities. This is supposed to be a Victor Wembanyama numbered out of 75. So here I am. What are you valuing the Wemby at a 75 at? Keep in mind, it's one of the best looking cards to date. In my opinion, it's a color match white on white. And he doesn't respond back. And then I do. Most people would do. I go and I'm trying to figure out what Wembys at a 75 are selling for. The Wembys are anywhere, like not this one, but other Wembys are anywhere from like, if they're graded and stuff, depending on rookie. But like, if it's like a PSA 10, it's over $500, dude. Some of them are like $800, $900, $1,200, $1,500, dude. Some of those were rookies, but I'm just trying to put it in context. Like, oh, and those Wembys don't look nearly as good as this Wemby, which is why I showed you guys the picture, right? And people might think I'm overreacting. It's not. At this point, we're in a principle, dude. We're in a situation of a jeopardy of your fucking integrity. That's the problem I have with people who don't have fucking integrity. So I go on eBay. You can see it down there, and I circle it. Right? You can see the circles. I circle it, and I'm like, oh, what do you know? There's a Wemby, the same card that should be my card that sold on eBay. Because I'm trying to figure out. He said, okay, let's go back. Let's rewind it so you guys understand what this dude just said, right? He's trying to just smooth over the situation, okay? A breaker that gets boxes for hella cheap. Happy with a hobby box, it's 4 to 5x what the Victor is worth. How does he know what my Wemby's worth? I'm not selling it. It's my card. How do you know what my Wemby's worth? 4 to 5x. What comp or parameter are we using that you say a hobby box is worth 4 to 5x, right? And then how much is a hobby box worth? Here we go. 175, 200, 250. But what does the breaker pay for that box? That junk wax fucking box. They're not paying 150, I bet. I bet you they're paying like $100. So he's saying 4 to 5x, what are they valuing their box at? 250? Way overpriced in the box. He's valuing my Wemby card at $50, right? $50 is what he's valuing my Wemby card at. And then, just so it turns out, on eBay, 2 days ago, a Victor Wembanyama numbered to 75 sold on eBay for $43, which is probably my card. I bet you that was my fucking card that sold on eBay. I bet you it was 2 days ago. I bet you if they're being honest, I don't think they are. There's too many signs of them being shady. If they're being honest, that my card got shipped to the wrong person, that person hasn't contacted them back, and that person just sold my Victor for a way too low of a number. And now the breaker is using this as his comp price. Keep that in mind. So it's a double whammy, dude. They f***ed me by not giving me my Wemby card. Now they're f***ing me again with the comp prices. Trying to tell me my Wemby card's worth like $50 and I'll give you a box 4 to 5x. It's a $100 box. Maybe you're paying $125 for it. And you're trying to charge me $250 and trying to smooth over the fact that you guys and you fucked up and you don't want to make the situation right. It was a select hobby box, H2. So here's the other part of the eBay sell. 2024, 2025, select Victor Disco. This one was numbered 60 out of 75. However, the breaker never showed the numbered card. So we don't know, in all transparency, we don't know if this is or is not my card. But the fact that the shipment, like when I got this and when this date is, that this date of this Wemby card sold 2 days ago, I'm going to say it's high probability that this is my Victor Wembanyama card that sold for pennies on the dollar. And let's not let's go back here. How many bids were on this thing? 16 bids. How do we know this was a shill bidding, right? How do we know? Somebody wasn't like, hey, we're going to keep the card and then I'll have my buddy, bid this thing up and buy it for dirt cheap. We'll use this to go over hardcore card collecting because he's not going to care. We'll give him this junk wax box and then we'll send the card in to get graded. And then we're going to flip this card and we're going to sell this card for $800 to $1,000. How do we know that didn't happen? Right? So this is me messaging him. I sent him pictures of this Wemby. And I said, is this my Wemby that sold on eBay 2 days ago on 9/12? Because I was going to get it graded. And I wouldn't have sold that card for anything less than 500 after I got it graded, which is the fact. I would not have sold that Wemby card after I got it graded for anything less than 500 bucks. That's my price. And I don't have to sell the card. It's my fucking card, dude. Just because some other dumbass sold it for $43, that's not on me. And they didn't message back. So I'm hot for obvious reasons at this point, right? Like, I'm heated, dude. I'm pretty upset. Pretty upset. And I think rightfully so. And this is about principles. This ain't even about the fucking card at this point. So let's get this straight. I said, look, if you're evaluating my Wemby card that just sold on eBay for $43 as your benchmark to comp my card, then I think we are in two different worlds of what the card is worth. I value that card at $500. Minimum would be $400. So I want something equivalent to $400. I'd rather have $400 cash at this point. This whole thing is so disappointing. It's really a freaking joke. But I guess the joke's on me. I don't want basketball. If I sold the card, I would buy Quantity 2 2023 Panini Donruss Optic Football H2 boxes. If I wanted to buy a box of cards, meaning like I really don't want to buy, like I don't want a box of fucking cards. Like I want cash, or like if I'm going to buy a box, I want Optic Football is the point, you know? And he's trying to give me something, you know, bullet select, you know, I don't fucking want that. Anyways, I said, I'm not absent from the fact you guys get boxes of cards at a massive discount. So I'm getting the raw end of the deal because some dudes sold my Wemby on eBay at a discounted price, probably because they knew you wanted the card back. But now you're going to use that sell to evaluate what you think my card is worth. What a joke. So are you guys getting the picture? They're comping my card at a fake sell price. And it was probably my card that sold on eBay. It's not even a legit comp cost, dude. The whole thing's a fucking joke. The whole thing's a fucking joke, bro. So now he messages me back. So I'm like, no response, you know? All right, so here we go. Here we go. I responded, I was trying to be fair, and you came off the wall with some wild comp, 10x the value of the card. The value's, dude, it's my card. I value the card whatever the fuck I want. Yeah, I'm getting hot. I responded, I was trying to be fair, and you came off the wall with some wild comp, 10x value of the card. It's a second-year Wemby that sold $43 and $56. He's trying to say there's a $56, whatever. I offered you a H2 box that sells for $235 to $250. I knew it. Like, I knew what he was trying to fucking do the entire time. You guys see this bullshit? It's comical, bro. And you said you would not be happy with that. He's trying to mess with my feelings, like as if I'm some fucking moron. Said you would not be happy with that. You can reach out to Whatnot, as will I in the morning, and they will come up with a fair compensation for you, and we will pay it. I apologize, but unfortunately mistakes happen. We try our hardest to resolve them without having involve Whatnot. I'll reach out to our rep in the AM and have him look for your complaint. Thanks again, Mike. Yeah, go for yourself. Also, that was not your Wemby that sold. Totally different number. How do you know? I mean, hold on. So wait a second. So several things here, right? All right. They look supposedly, right? They look at 3 hours of video footage, right? Now, most people are too stupid to figure this out, right? I get it. I'm sorry, dude. You look at 3 hours of video footage, right? And you still don't have an answer for me. At that point, you did not say anything that my Wemby card was shipped to somebody, like the wrong person. Okay. They said, keep looking and looking, for cards. At this point, you also have another package that's been in limbo since the 5th. A whole separate issue from this, So there's that. The breaker never mentioned what the card was numbered out of, guys. The breaker never mentioned in the video at all what the card was numbered out of. Okay. But somehow this owner of the company knows what my card was numbered out of. So you said you looked at video footage for 3 hours and you found nothing. You said you were going to look again, but you never messaged me, contacted me or anything. And then somehow you miraculously know that my card was shipped to the wrong person. And now somehow you miraculously know what the number was on the back of the fucking card. Are you kidding me? Do you guys see a fucking problem here? He's probably, he's going like this, dude. Dude, he's like, looking at this. I got the card right here, bro. He's like, I know what it's numbered out of. I'm looking at it, How the f does he know what my card is numbered out of? Either he doesn't or he's lying and you're full of shit. Like, card collecting's supposed to be calming. For the most part, it has. But this is bullshit. I'm getting twice. Not even the second separate issue. I'm getting because the comp card price, and now I'm getting by some junk wax box, right? I'm obviously not fucking happy, right? So I say this. So let me get this straight. You comp my card to some shill bid price of someone that sold my card. If it's a different number, then prove it. You guys said you have my word you would make it right. Then you want to give me some junk whack box you paid $100 for. So you undercut my card and then you upsell my box and blah, blah. It's all talk, wannabe customer service. You guys lied to me the entire time and yet didn't let me know that you supposedly shipped my card to the wrong person. Plus, there's an entire different break I bought that has been in limbo since 9/5/25. So now we got two issues, not just one. The fact you said you had 20 cameras and that you would figure this out and make it right is a joke. Again, I had to reach out threatening to contact Whatnot, and only after that, you guys said you supposedly shipped my card to the wrong person. This is not over, and I will never buy a break from you guys again. The joke's on me, though. And then, hit the drums. So what do we do? But his message, let's hop back on Whatnot here, and I'll read you guys what shit said now. And here's the thing, guys. I try to be cool with people. I really do. I'll read you exactly what this dude says. Message me after that one. He said, it's not a joke at all. The fact that you threatened Whatnot is the reason I was notified and got involved. Yeah. You can't make the shit up, dude. I swear to God. He says the fact that you threatened to get a hold of Whatnot is why he got involved. So you weren't going to take care of me or can fix the situation unless I threaten Whatnot. He said it's not a joke at all. The fact you threatened Whatnot is the reason I got involved. I'm not even in town, go through everything personally. But we have a 4.9 rating with over 200,000 items sold, and we are very respected in the industry. As for what we pay for a box, you are sadly mistaken and misinformed. Even if it were true what you said about our cost, which is not, I'm sorry, it's $125. Even if it were true what you said about our cost, which is not, why would it matter what we pay for an item? Tells me, why would it matter what we value our boxes at? Why would it matter what you value my fucking card at? Why would it matter what we pay for an item? Your Wimby is worth $50 to $75 max. $50 to $75 max. So you're telling me don't worry about what you pay, right? You said, hey, shut your fucking mouth, little one. Don't worry about what we pay for a box, but I'm going to worry about what we think your Wimby's worth. How about you don't worry about what my Wimby's worth? That's my card. It's worth whatever the fuck I says it is. Not sure where you came up with 500, but the real worth is 50. As I stated 3 messages ago, we would purchase the same exact card and I would get it shipped to you. I only offered that box because that's what Wimby came from, and I knew we had a few left in stock. If you would like the exact card, my team will track one down and get that card ASAP. I mentioned multiple options to resolve this issue. I knew it, man. I knew these guys, man. I bow down. I'd be like, I'll take your junk wax box you paid $100 for. Do I let Whatnot handle it? And they'll probably give me $50, for some shill bid price. When this whole thing first started, I was patient. To me, it was like my dollar, for me, what I want is $500. Minimum would be like $400. That was my number. I didn't tell them that, but I'm telling you, that was my number where I was at of where I would be comfortable, to be compensated fairly. And if it got down to $350, then, I probably would be like, all right, whatever. And I'm gonna be passive aggressive and I'm gonna value card at $50. And then he's going to act like he's doing me a favor, right? Let's keep this in mind. He's doing now he's doing me the favor by giving me something 4 to 5X and giving me a box of cards. I'm probably going to hit nothing in. That's why I'm frustrated. I don't want the box. I don't even want the money. I want my fucking card, dude. This is about principles. Keep that in mind. This ain't about dollar value. Again, it's at this point, we're not about money, dude. They could even give me the 300. I'd still be pissed. I'd be a little bit better, but it's not like I'm trying to rip them off. I know they think that. They're ripping me off, trying to make me feel like I'm not getting ripped off.
Are you guys cool with that? What about the 75? Are you guys cool with that?
75, let's go!
Is that cool with you guys?
Oh, that's cool, dude. You're so cool.
Wembanyama for the Spurs is 75 on the white disco. Is that okay?
Oh, Victor!
$9, I think the Spurs went for it. I think it was $9.
$9. You got $9, Victor.
I literally couldn't imagine.
I can't either. I can't imagine if I had a Victor Wembanyama number to 75. To me, this thing ain't over. And I spent thousands of dollars on Whatnot. So what the f do we do?